The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Wizards. Last game for Washington, they picked up the W against Chicago. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And let me tell you, what a start to the new year. We've seen some terrific games already, Kenny. What are your thoughts on the early part of the season?
Well, a couple of teams that I thought would be dominant, they really haven't been. That's a surprise to me. But if you are a team suffering early season losses, you want to look at this opportunity to learn from it and just continue to grow.
It's been an outstanding season so far in terms of competitiveness. I love watching the early season adjustments made by each team as they try to find the right rotation to use every night.
Yeah, you and me both. Time to go to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call. We'll see you later.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We're at the home of the Bucks, the BMO Harris Bradley Center in beautiful Milwaukee. And, of course, Michael Beasley. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
Yeah, and no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, for a long time, the city of Milwaukee has been an NBA backwater. But with new ownership, a respected head coach, and a lot of young talent, it's a new day here. Coach Jason Kidd said, "We don't want to be a layover city. We want coming here to be like going through the Texas Triangle, where if you have a dogfight in Chicago one night, you know you're in for a dogfight here the next night." Kevin?
All right, thanks, D.A.
And you look at the Wizards, they definitely took a step backwards last season. Went from being maybe a dark horse to get to that conference finals to becoming a team that just had to fight to stay in the playoff mix. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from the adversity of a season ago.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. Morris kicks to Gortat. And it's Beal in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. Beal's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Wizards. And for the Wizards, there were a lot of factors as to why they had a rough season. Lost some key players and dealt with injuries like all teams.
You know, and even with all of those challenges, I don't know that this team is quite as talented as everyone thinks they are. I mean, they do have a good core with which to build around, but you have to temper expectations with this team moving forward.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Wizards five right now. The always dangerous Wall and Beal are the backcourt. Morris pairs with Gortat down low, and it's Porter in at the three. Milwaukee on D, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Porter. And the Bucks are a team that really doesn't rely on the three-pointer. They're looking to get to the rim and attack it whenever they get a chance.
And that flies in the face of conventional wisdom in this day and age. The Bucks actually were dead last in attempted threes last season by a wide margin. Several teams in the league took twice as many threes as the Bucks did. And part of it is because the Bucks aren't that great at making threes. Not terrible, but their personnel doesn't lend itself to a lot of three-point shots.
Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
You know, even though Antetokounmpo is a bigger guy, longer guy, he handles and passes like a point guard. I mean, he's always on the lookout for how he can set up his teammates for good shots.
Here's Wall after the basket by Milwaukee. Beal, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And that one falls for Beal. And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble, more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on D.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times. When they don't bother to challenge shooters or miss a rotation, that's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take them.
And you look at the roster of these Bucks, so many players on the team that can rise up and embarrass a defender. Not only can this team throw it down, they're looking to throw it down.
Yeah, they want to wreck that rim as much as they can. And if I had the leaping ability of guys like Giannis and Parker, I'd be doing the exact same thing. The Bucks actually led the league in percentage of shots that were dunks in 2016. They are an entertaining bunch and a throwdown group worth watching.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Kicks to Antetokounmpo. Unloads from 9. Gortat with the rebound. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside, Wall. It's Beal on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
Now here's Wall. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates. And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Here's Wall. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Wall passes to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Well, I tell you, that really sets a bad tone, especially this early. I mean, I'd rather see him commit a hard foul than give him an easy 2 like that. Show that you're willing to protect the basket. Make him earn it at least.
Parker with the steal. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Henson against Gortat. And Henson kicks to Parker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you can see it and feel it in certain players. I mean, that sense of timing, when to take shots, how to get them off. And Jabari Parker is one of those kinds of guys. I mean, he's got great natural instincts, particularly on the offensive end. He's got a versatile enough game to take advantage of a defender really anywhere on the floor.
That one drops. He ties it up. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said Parker has a versatile game, guys. Back to the basket, facing up on the drive. He can hurt you in so many ways.
And I like his activity without the ball, too, guys. That's another element that he brings. He's comfortable running off screens to get open, and He attacks the glass on the offensive board. Those are the little things that give him a chance to be a great player.
Now here's Beal. He had 19 points in the win against Chicago. Wall's shot is off. In the corner, Middleton with it. And the Bucks miss again.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Here's Beal. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Bucks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Nobody near Parker. Missed the shot. He's 3 for 4 in the game. And Wall kicks to Morris. Parker with the steal. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Wall. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Here's Dellavedova. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Morris against Parker. Just 5 on the clock. From 10 feet out, he's off on that one. And it's Washington the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Feeds to Henson. The rebound by Gortat. Gortat's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Wizards have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shot.
Free throw good. Porter.
You know, when the Bucks have problems defensively, a lot of times it comes back to letting players get shots at the basket. Not just a problem protecting the rim, but also keeping perimeter players from waltzing in from the perimeter.
And Porter drops them both. And the Bucks know that their struggles can be traced back to protecting their rim. It's something they know they need to keep working at.
And that's a team effort, guys. Individual guys defending collectively at a high level. Last season, over 1/3 of the shots the Bucks gave up were layups or dunks at the rim. That's got to change if they're going to get back to the playoffs.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control, and I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Here now is the 2K leaderboard. Over the past month, these teams have tortured opponents defensively. The Bucks #1.
Kevin, who says that good defense isn't fun to watch? This has been impressive. The last few weeks, they've been able to get after it and be active and come up with more steals than normal.
And so it's Milwaukee now. They trail by 3. Dellavedova. They get it back. Another shot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Playing a physical brand of basketball so far, and those trips to the foul line have been very effective.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chris Middleton. And a change for the Wizards. Scott's checked in. That one is no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Beal, that's for 2. And again, Washington, no good. Bucks trail by 3. Snell dishes to Henson. Fires from 14 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
And again, Washington, no good.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
That free throw missing. A different look for Milwaukee. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Parker. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brogdon subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Satoransky comes in for Porter. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Beal, and it's Frazier in for John Wall. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here.
Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for Washington.
And their big men are getting the bigger percentage of these boards. You know, you expect that, and they'll need them to continue to patrol the paint and clean up the mess if they're going to win this game.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. No good on the free throw. Akers checked in for the Bucks. Second free throw, no good. Bucks trail by 3. Snell from outside. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And last season, Jason Kidd had to have hip surgery, which caused him to miss a large portion of the season. Casual fans might think, why can't he just sit and coach? But there's a physical toll to coaching, as we all know.
Absolutely there is, guys. I mean, constant moving, the traveling, engaging in practice, film watching, which requires a lot of sitting. I mean, coaching an NBA team is very stressful and demanding. And hip surgery, any type of surgery for that matter, can definitely have an impact on your ability to perform as a coach. I'm actually glad to see Jason Kidd fully recovered and back to coaching his team.
And they get it back. Tries to snap the cold streak. Scott pulls it in. Wizards leading by 3. Frazier with it. Left side, Scott. Here's Meeks. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Milwaukee has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. There's the pick. Here's Snell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Shot clock at 5. And Teletovic kicks to Snell. Here's Hawes. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Hawes got his first points in this one.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Mahimi a screen. Frazier kicks to Mahimi.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Bucks trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Brogdon's got his first points of the night.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Satoransky. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. There's Maker. They shoot again, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
The past few weeks, let's see how Washington stacks up. First in blocks, first in three-point field goal percentage, and they're also #1 in opponent field goal percentage. This is a team that prides itself on not giving up easy shots.
And going back to that top ranking in terms of block shots, for me, it's been pure dominance. Defensively, they have such great presence around the rim, and at times that gets in your head.
That free throw good from Maker. He's perfect from the line this time. The Wizards with the lead. Now Frazier. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The pass to Scott. Milwaukee with the rebound.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And finished off by Scott.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Milwaukee has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. To the inside. And stolen by Scott. Frazier outside. Passes it to Satoransky. To the paint. The kick out to Frazier. The Wizards working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Off target with his 3. Bucks trail by 3. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Scott the pass to Frazier. And he banks in the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the basket by Washington. Brogdon. And it's blocked by Scott. Meeks outside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Dishes it to Teletovic. 35 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Hawes. And the Bucks miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
In transition, here come the Wizards. A nice shot by Frazier. And now it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Wizards as they end the first quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. John Henson out there with Mirza Teletovic. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1 spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Jabari Parker's checked in for Milwaukee. And a switcher also for Washington. Morris is checked in. Porter against Antetokounmpo. Here's Morris. Milwaukee with the rebound. Henson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Parker kicks to Dellavedova. Screened by Parker. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, I like the bounce, the elevation that Parker gives you on that mid-range jump shot. Defenses can't really get to it, and that's why he's so successful with it.
Now the feed to Wall. They set the pick. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Morris throws it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Jabari Parker took an unconventional route to rehab his knee after his ACL surgery. He trained in the Andes Mountains of Peru. The altitude helped his stamina, but Parker said it was also a trip that I took for character. We take a lot for granted. Kevin, even growing up poor in the U.S., Parker said, you don't realize how fortunate you are. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A., and a great way to put that injury into perspective. That's good from Parker. And everyone knows about Jabari Parker and how he has come back from a ACL knee injury he suffered as a rookie. The more time that passes from that ACL tear, the more explosive Parker looks on the floor, I think. Looks like he never, in fact, had any issues at all.
Yeah, that's a great point and a good observation. And I think his explosiveness has surprised a lot of people. This is a guy that's got power, going to the basket, and can finish through contact. And man, he's a guy that I think is going to be a big-time scorer for a long time.
Wall, good.
That was the 3rd straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Here's Wall. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, a lot of people can make the claim that they are the fastest in the league, but I think John Wall has the best case. I mean, both in the half court and end to end. I mean, this guy has blistering speed, and you factor that in with the athleticism and the handle. I mean, he can make other players look like they're playing in cement shoes out on the floor.
First free throw is good. And you know, Greg, one of the things that strikes you about Wall, it isn't just his running speed. His quickness is off the charts. He is very, very quick.
I mean, the ground Wall can cover with his speed and quickness is staggering. As soon as the defender starts backpedaling, with Wall coming at him, game over.
And so John Wall nails both of them. Bucks trail by 11. Porter with the steal. Parker with the steal. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Henson, the shot, no good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Last time they met was in Washington.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
For Washington, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
He hits the second from the line. Bucks trail by 12. Timeout called, the Bucks.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you're making life far too easy on them.
Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple.
Pass to Porter. There's a screen by Gorton. Porter kicks to Beal. Over to the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Wall. That time the assist from Beal. Wall's got 6.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
The dish to Parker. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Man, I love watching Parker take control of the offense. A score from anywhere on the court, and somebody who possesses a lot of confidence, actually boatloads of it.
Morris dishes to Beal. It's tipped. Stolen by Middleton. Drops in the breakaway layup. 6 points for him.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Now here's Wall. He's got 6. A 3 from Morris. Gortat, the pass to Beal. Goes back up. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Now here's Beal, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's Gortat, and Henson sends it back. And here is Dellavedova. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Middleton drives in. No one near Henson as he lets it go. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Beal. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Porter, no luck. Bucks trail by 5. Parker kicks to Dellavedova. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. He feeds it to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Double team on Parker. Charity stripe shot. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 11 rebounds in the game. Deal with it. He's picked up by Parker. Morris with the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Dellavedova kicks to Henson. That shot no good. Gortat with the defensive effort.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Parker. Porter pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And Morris throws it down.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And clearly, he's in a lot of pain. They call time, and the trainer's going to get a chance to go out and check him over.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Mahinmi's checked in for Markieff Morris. Satoransky comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Tim Frazier subbed in for John Wall. Here's Brogdon. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Gortat with the block. Kicks to Hawes. He dishes it to Maker. Shoots over Gortat. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Maker.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Feeds to Meeks. Takes a 3. Spencer Hawes grabs the miss. Hawes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. In 4th, the Wizards.
Well, better protection of the lane the last few weeks, Kevin, has helped them cut down on the easy scoring. They've also done a better job on the mid-range coverage as well, getting to their man quicker and finding ways to clog up the passing lanes.
Snell kicks to Teletovic.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Satoransky, the pass to Mahinmi. Wizards passing it around. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Teletovic's shot is good.
McGee just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Frazier outside. Down low, Gortat. And Gortat with the stuff.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Brogdon the pass to Teletovic. Here's Brogdon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Gortat. He's putting up 13 points a game, 16 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
Exactly what you want from your bigs. Protect the rim, pound the glass, and intimidate.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Frazier outside. The rebound by Brogdon.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Hawes, no luck. Washington leading now by 4. Meeks dishes to Mahinmi. Inside, trying to find Frazier, and he's got it now. But they get it back. And Gortat kicks to Mahinmi. That one good for 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. Boy, nice to see Jan Mahinmi have a breakthrough season in 15-16. Full-time starter for the first time in his career. He played a career high in minutes. And I think he validated his starting role by producing at a good level.
There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket for Maker.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Frazier outside. He kicks it to Mahinmi. Frazier left side. Over in the corner, Meeks. With the fadeaway. That's short off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
At the elbow, Maker. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now just a 3-point Wizards lead. Frazier right side. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound, Milwaukee. Maker's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle, deflects the pass. Gortat with the steal. Satoransky the pass to Meeks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Washington, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Two shots.
That's good for Meeks. Scotty's checked in for Gortat. And so Meeks nails both of them. Bucks trail by 5. We've got 1:28 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Hawes. Rebounded by the Wizards. Here's Satoransky. And another miss by Washington. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And Hawes kicks to Teletovic. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Brogdon the pass to Snell. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Taking a look back over the last month, let's see how Washington stacked up in the NBA rankings. First in 3-point field goal percentage. Second in blocks. And they're number 2 in keeping that opponent's shooting percentage low. This is a team that really gives up no easy looks at the basket.
And you look at their incredible 3-point percentage. I mean, it's not just about their accuracy, but their execution using screens and creating those open looks. That's been key.
Frazier kicks to Scott. 40 seconds left to play here in the half. Meeks dishes to Mahinmi. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Mahinmi's got 7 points. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Snell missed inside. Washington leading now by 7. Here's Frazier. Off off target from outside.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And the pass to Brogdon. No good. Shot missing. And so we wrap up the first half. Wizards out front, up by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be their aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They've got the 7-point lead. Your opinion, Shaq?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, it's almost impossible to catch up if you keep fouling. They need to be the team getting to the foul line at a higher rate in the second half. That means driving to the basket, hitting the cutter, slicing to the basket. Anything going to the basket is your friend.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The second half just about to get going here. You know, Jabari Parker has been exceptional here today.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Wall and Beal, the incredible backcourt tandem. Porter and Morris, the duo at forward, and it's Gortat in at the 5. The drive by Beal. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Middleton the pass to Dellavedova. They get a hand on it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Now here is Dellavedova. Right at the free throw line. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Henson's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Bucks. Gortat with the screen for Wall. There's the lob to Gortat.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Here's Parker, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists in the game. Wizards leading by 5. And Beal kicks to Wall. To the inside, stolen by Henson. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And John Henson with the slam.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
The Wizards shooting here about 46% for the game. Wall dishes to Beal. Passes it to Wall. The feed to Morris. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Morris has got 10 points in the game. Bucks trail by 5. Dellavedova with the ball. Inside, here's Parker. Second chance shot and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Milwaukee, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And of course, the Washington Wizards, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for the Bucks, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
What a game for Parker. He has 17 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
And here is Dellavedova after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the inside, Henson, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got assist number 5 here tonight. Wizards leading by 6. And Wall kicks to Morris. There's a good screen. Back to Wall. Off target from three-point range.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
What you like about Gortat is that, Greg, he doesn't have a lot of limitations in his game.
Yeah, and with Gortat, his versatility is what makes him valuable. He can face up and hit a J or play with his back to the basket. Has the speed and strength to stay with all types of centers in the league.
And he knocks down the first one. And Porter drops them both. Bucks trail by 8. Middleton, a screen on Beal. Gortat with the steal. Porter kicks to Beal. Stolen by Dellavedova. In the corner, Middleton with it. Another miss by Middleton. Wizards leading by 8. Here's Porter. And he converts the layup. Porter's got 10.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
I'll say, I mean, that's when you expect the defense to be tightening up, not backing off or backing up.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Let's take a look now at some numbers for Beal. Some impressive play from him over the last month. 4th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And yeah, he's one of the lasers in the game. Just a hard man to put on ice.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game. Middleton for three. Another miss by Middleton. Wizards leading by 10. Here is Wall. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Here's Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 12 points for him.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Now here is Dellavedova, covered by Wall. Dellavedova kicks to Middleton, dishes it to Parker. Nice shot from the wing. Parker's got 19 points.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Wall passes to Porter. There's a screen by Gortat. Beal up top, defended by Middleton. 4 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Parker. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Henson. It's good. Henson's got it back down to single digits for Milwaukee.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Morris a screen. Beal with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And the wide open shot for Morris. Offline with his 3. Bucks have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Dellavedova kicks to Henson. Good work defensively by Morris. Wizards leading by 8. From deep, Wall. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Parker kicks to Henson. And the shot is good. Henson's got 14 points.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Wall up top, defended by Dellavedova. Offensive rebound, and Gortat kicks to Porter. Second shot opportunity, and there's the nice layup by Gortat. Gortat's got 4 points this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Dellavedova dishes to Parker. Second chance shot. Goes up again. Morris with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Beal's running. And it's Wall in the corner. And he's good on the 3 ball. And it's an 11-point Wizards lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Wizards.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, I tell you what, Chris Middleton is a player who is as solid as anybody in the league. Brings it to the floor every night. Doesn't have a big name, but he's gaining more and more notoriety by his performance each year. Has flown under the radar the last few seasons outside of Milwaukee.
And with Middleton, part of why he is still relatively an unknown is due to his market. Even when he plays, he just quietly heads up points.
He's a quiet laser. You think Middleton doesn't have many points, and then you look up and he's got 20. Doesn't do much flashy. Doesn't draw a lot of attention to himself. All he does is put the ball in the basket.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Frazier outside. Pass to Satoransky. It's stolen by Maker. There's the dish to Snell. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Now Frazier. Back to Scott. Wizards passing it around. Here's Meeks. A beautiful reverse layup. Meeks got his third bucket of the night.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Pass to Hawes. He feeds it to Snell. Kicks it to Teletovic. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Snell. He tries for 3. Milwaukee the rebound. Shot's good from Hawes. Hawes got his second basket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Mahimi a screen. Here's Meeks. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Mahimi no good. Bucks trail by 7. Now the pass to Brogdon. Nice D from Frazier. Washington's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break, and the shot goes down.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Milwaukee has gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Snell kicks to Hawes. There's the pick. 3-pointer to Teletovic. Rebounded by the Wizards. Mahimi's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Scott. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. The Bucks second.
You know what, Kevin, as a team, they've been getting great results offensively. I mean, they seem to always get the ball to the right guy at the right time in the right position.
Frazier the pass to Meeks. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Maker. Lays it up and banks it in. Maker's got 10 points.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Feeds it to Meeks. Shot clock at 6. A terrific shot on the turnaround. He's got 13.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Passes to Snell. Meeks with the steal. Mahimi kicks to Satoransky. To the paint. Knocked away. And stolen by Maker. Shoots from 14. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Here's Satoransky. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Outside, Scott, 6 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3. Bucks trail by 7. Knocked loose. Logged in the pass to Teletovic. He kicks to Maker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Let's take a look at what the last month has looked like for the Bucks as far as NBA stats go. First in assists. First in steals. And they're the #2 scoring team in the league. This is a well-balanced, well-oiled offensive machine.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively. Playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
That free throw good from Maker. So he gets them both. So it's the Wizards now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Outside, Scott. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Here's Snell. Pause, dishes to Teletovic. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Maker. And it's good. Fought through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. And free throw good from Maker. And here's Frazier. The feed to Scott. No good there. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Wizards lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound, don't get in an early pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take. All 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls. You can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Maker out there with John Henson. And it's Dellavedova in at the point guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Bucks trail by 4. Dishes it to Maker. Here's Middleton. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Man, I tell you what, Middleton does a nice job using his length inside. You know, when he gets in a good spot, he's a high percentage shooter from there.
Now here's Wall. Back to Morris. It's deflected. Now here's Maker. Dellavedova kicks to Maker. It's stolen by Morris. Porter passes to Beal. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And the Wizards lead by 4.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on John Wall.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Dellavedova. The Bucks making a switch here. Parker's checked in. Gortat's checked in for Washington. And both free throws good for Dellavedova. And so it's Washington with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Wall kicks to Morris. Beal dishes to Gortat. Shot clock at 6. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Porter kicks to Morris. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The Bucks trail. Dellavedova, the pass to Middleton. Back to Dellavedova. To the middle. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. The layup missed. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Look at the night for Bill. He's got 13 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Dellavedova dishes to Parker. Henson with the screen. Parker kicks to Middleton. Back to Parker. Clock at 6. That one misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Outside, Wall. Here's Beal. And the shot falls short this time.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, so tough to see when a player goes down with an injury like that.
Yeah, you know, really was hard to tell exactly what the injury was there, Greg, but one thing we can tell is that he's in a lot of pain.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Washington. Gortat with a screen on Parker. Here's Wall, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feeling.
Yeah, you know, he's got stupendous spurt ability, Greg. I know you like that one, don't you? And those spurts tend to go on for a while with him.
Yeah, did you trademark spurt ability yet?
Yeah, I tried to, man, but it didn't get any life. Although I see a lot, and I hear a lot of guys using it, but they do give me credit for it.
And you look at John Wall, perhaps the only thing as fast as his feet are his hands.
And it shows up in his career steal numbers. I mean, Wall is always good to come away with a handful of takeaways every game.
Here's Wall, following the score by John Henson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Shot off the screen, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Middleton right side to tie it up. Here's Parker, and it's all evened up. Parker's got 21.
Well, I tell you what, tremendous work rate in getting to the glass by Parker. If you don't box him out, he'll make you pay for it.
And Meeks kicks to Gortat. Outside, Wall. Morris passes to Meeks. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Looking at the game for Meeks, he's got 13 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
That's good for Meeks. And so Meeks nails both of them. Here's Dellavedova. Pass to Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And Greg, I've got to admit to you, I mean, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Bucks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And Milwaukee has possession. Porter knocks it away. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. And again, Washington no good. Well, the Bucks shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Here's Parker. They grab their own miss. Rejected by Wall. To the middle. Parker with the steal. A shot by Middleton. Wide open. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Porter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Some fantastic numbers here for Porter. He has 14 points and he's produced 6 points from the free throw line. That's nice work.
And Clark, it'll definitely help their cause.
Free throw good. Porter. And Porter drops them both.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Now here is Dellavedova, covered by Wall. From 20 feet out. Tries again. Parker's shot is off. Washington's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Bucks trail by 5. Dellavedova with the ball. The dish to Parker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you look at Parker. He's big, he's physical, but he's also quick on the drive. Defenders don't know what to do when he puts the ball on the floor.
And the first one drops.
Finally, he's starting to convert after working his way to the line time and time again. We'll see if he can maintain the pace.
Here is Wall. He feeds it to Meeks. Outside, Wall to the inside. Gortat, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Now here is Dellavedova. Parker, a screen on Wall. Here's Dellavedova. He can't get that one. Wall with some nice D. Washington leading now by 5. High post, Gortat. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
Parker, a screen on Wall. Parker kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo against Porter. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Pocket 2. For 3. Middleton. But they'll get another chance.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Meeks passes to Morris. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Wizards have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And he gets the bucket. And it's a 9-point Wizards lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Now, here is Morris. Gortat misses.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, That was just a terrible shot.
Now Wall. There's a screen by Gorton. Off the pick. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's a Teletovic is checked in for Antetokounmpo. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Satoransky's checked in for Jody Meeks. That's good from Wall. Bucks trail by 8. Here's Dellavedova. Pass to Parker. Down low. Wants to get it to Dellavedova and does. Wall with the steal. There's the pass to Satoransky. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Wizards leading by 6. And Wall kicks to Satoransky. Morris outside to the right side. From deep, Wall, and another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Tim Frazier's checked in for Washington. Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. He dishes it to Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Gord's out with the rebound.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Bradley Beal. David.
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Wizards about his status. Unfortunately, it looks like that injury is going to be a severely sprained ankle. He's not going to return to this game, and unfortunately, it looks like he could be out for a while, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And for the team, they're going to have to make some major adjustments during his absence.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Henson dishes to Parker. Back to Henson. Gortat with the block. There's 1:40 left in the 4th quarter, but he recovers it. Here's Porter. Satoransky, the pass to Frazier. Here's Satoransky, defended by Dellavedova. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Bucks trail by 11. And Teletovic kicks to Dellavedova. It's stolen by Frazier. Gortat dishes to Frazier. Stolen by Henson. One-on-one here. Here's Parker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And really, Parker is not an easy cover for the defense. He's good at drawing the defense into him, playing through contact, and he's got scoring ability really from everywhere.
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10. And Washington making a change here. Oubre is checked in. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Wizards.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Gortat. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Spencer Hawes is checked in for John Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Jabari Parker. Brogdon, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Terry in for Matthew Dellavedova. Right side, Scott. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Oubre kicks to Scott.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
On the wing, Jason Terry. Drills it from outside. Scott inside. Bucket's good.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
And so Washington takes the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. John, coach has talked about pace and space, and he wants you guys to play faster, and it looks like you're really following that lead.
Oh, I'm in great pace, man. I kind of really got what he wants to talk about at pace. It don't mean pushing and looking to score every time, but pushing and getting post-ups early, things like that, get the defense moving so we won't have to go too many offensive sets. And I'm figured out a lot. In the last 3 games, I've been having good games, and my teammates have been doing a great job.
The percentages go up when you shoot early in the clock, and you were able to do it tonight. Thanks, John. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Marcin Gortat.
Man, I absolutely love what Gortat can do. The Polish Hammer can take over the game. The way he plays the 5 spot, man, boy, this guy has a lot of tools, and we saw it from Mr. Gortat tonight.
In terms of individual rebounding, he had a game that will be remembered for a long, long time. Whether it's chasing down long rebounds or grabbing one in traffic or one-handed rebounds, he was going after them and corralling all of them.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.